Good morning, students. Good morning, students. We are going to continue the same chapter number 4, that is exogenetic process, part 2. Yes, we have already started the lecture. We have already started this lesson. Same we are going to continue. But before that, what we have learned in the previous lecture, let's revise it. Then we will continue the lecture. Yes. Firstly, we have learned about what is exogenetic process. What is exogenetic process? It means that yes, in the exogenetic process, we have learned about the erosions. Yes, what is erosion? Erosion means it is a process where natural forces like water, wind, ice, and gravity transport rocks and soil. It is geological process and it's a part of the rock cycle. Erosion occurs at the earth's surface and it doesn't have no effect on the earth's mantle and core. And also in the simple words about the erosion means what? The fact of soil, stone, or etc. being gradually it is damaged or it is removed by the waves of rain or wind. That is erosion. Then in this we have learned about the erosions. They agents are there. Yes, agents like running water means river, glaciers, wind, sea waves, and groundwater. All this they do the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. So because of these agents, the earth's surface keeps on undergoing changes. Means because of these agents, new lands are formed and there are changes changes are going on. So in this lesson, at the first we have learned about the different land forms. Firstly, we have learned about the work of rivers. Yes, this one. River. Then second is glaciers. Third, wind. Fourth is sea waves. And last, fifth is groundwater. So these are the agents of the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Okay, when there is a work of erosion, transportation, and deposition, so you have to keep this 5 agents in your mind. With these agents, new lands are formed and the changes which are going on the earth's surface can be done through these agents only. Because of these agents, changes and new landforms are formed. Yes, firstly we have studied about the river. Yes, river means what, student? Running water flows naturally in a direction according to the gravity along the slope and makes its own way. So this is called a flow of water. Then the work of erosional work of river. First, these 3 agents are divided in 3, you can say in 3 parts. Erosion work of river, transportational transportation, and deposition of river. So with these agents, all this erosion, transportation, and deposition, it goes along with these 3 points. Then in this erosional work of river, we have learned about the V-shaped valleys. V-shaped valleys. George means what? George valleys. Then in the transportation and deposition by rivers, we have learned about the meanders of riving. There is a, if if the if river takes a turn, it turns, there is an obstacle in between. The flow of the water will be slow because it is meandering of a river. Yes, then we have studied about the alluvial fans. Now what is alluvial fans? Alluvial fans means Japanese fans. I showed you the image also. Because of that alluvium fans, the it is in the triangular shape. Yes, and when the minerals and the particles which flow with the water, when it mixed up with the water, that time the slope, or we can say the velocity, it becomes very slow. Why? Because with the water, all the sand particles, or we can say the small pebbles, they are mixed. That's why the speed, we can say, it is slow. Then we have studied about the work of glaciers and land form. Then we have first agent we have completed. Then we have learned the what is glaciers. Glacier means what? Glacier means a glacier is a huge mass of ice that moves slowly over to the land. Yes, and this glacier terms, it comes from the French word which means glace, and the meaning we can say in simple words, ice. Glaciers are often called as rivers of ice. That is the meaning of glaciers. Then erosion work of glacier is what? Erosion work of glacier means we have learned about the circuitous horns. Yes, the hills of the mountains at the snow regions. You can see the mountains are there, and at the tip of the mountain, at the very top of the mountain, there is horn-like shapes, like horns, like of a buffalo or cow. So this is the example of erosion work of glaciers. Then about the transportation and deposition by glaciers, we have learned about the sediments and types of moraines. Yes, types of moraines. There are four types of moraines: ground moraines, lateral moraines, middle moraines, and terminal moraines. These are the four types of moraines we have learned in the glaciers. Yes, this was the revision what we have learned in the previous lecture. Now today we'll start our main. We are going to today what we are going to learn about the wind, about the sea waves, and groundwater. Means these three agents we are going to learn in detail. Okay, let's move on now. Yes, let's start with the third agent of erosion, that is wind. Work of wind and the landforms produce. See the first point now. We have learned earlier that the movement of air is called wind. Yes, the movement of air is called as wind. If in your exam they will ask you what is wind, so in the simple words you will write the movement of the air is called wind. For 1 mark question they may ask. Second, wind is a gaseous agent of erosion. Wind is gaseous agent of erosion. So firstly what we have studied that about the rivers is in liquid form. Yes, then glaciers, it is in a solid form. Now wind, it is in gaseous form. So that's why this wind is a gaseous agent of erosion. Third point, the erosional, transportational, and depositional work of wind is more prominent in deserts and semi-arid regions. Now here what they have said here, that the work of wind with all these three things, erosional, transportation, and deposition, it is, we can say, there is a more wind in the desert or in the desert regions. Why it is more? Let's see here the reason they have given here. As mechanical weathering occurs on a large scale, here powered rock and sand spreads over the large areas. There is hardly any obstacle in the transportational work of the wind. So why here the wind is more prominent? Because there is hardly any obstacle in the when the wind is transported. Yes, there is no, you most of the thing you have seen the desert areas also, hardly you can see there are the buildings or trees. So that's why they have said here in this deserts the work of wind is more prominent. It is can be seen because there is no obstacle in between. Then sand particles also get transported along with the wind, and they carried over longer distance and get deposited where the speed of the wind reduces. Then along with the wind, along when the movement of the air you can see along with the wind, that time sand particles are also being or also transported along with the wind. Yes, when they carried means when the wind is blowing student, that time they carried particles with them at a longer they will if the you can see the sand particles are too much heavy, but then the wind will not carry for a longer distance. Yes, they will not carry for the longer distance. If the small particles are there, then they will carry for the long distance. If heavy particles are there, there only the particles will drop down, and that time the it will get deposited there only. Yes, and when the particles are deposited down on the ground, the speed of the wind will reduce. The speed of the wind will be reduced. So in this way, the wind does the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Okay, in this way, the wind does the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Okay. Yes. Now this we have learned about the how the work of the wind and landforms produce. Yes. Then we'll move on to the next topic. Yes. Erosional work of wind. Erosional work of wind. Now we are going to see the erosional work of wind. See here, wind carries small sand particles, small pebbles, etc. along with it. Yes, we have seen just now, we have studied just now. Along with the wind will carry what they will carry? Small sand particles, pebbles also. These particles cause erosion along rocks coming in the way due to friction. Now first and let's understand what is friction. What is friction here? Friction means you can take the action of one surface or any object rubbing against another. Yes, you friction means what? That the force that resist the sliding or sliding or rolling of one solid object over another. That is known as, or in simple words, you can take it rubbing against another object. One object rubbing against another object, that is known as the friction. Then this leads to formation of mushroom rocks, deflation, hollows, and yardungs. Now here they have given the example over here. What they have said here, when these particles cause erosion along with the rock coming in the way, when the along with the wind, when these particles will they will also travel, or they will also be transported. That time what will happen, student? It will cause the friction. Yes, along with one another object, it will start rubbing. And when this, what they will form like a mushroom rock, yardungs. Due to this friction of the erosional work of wind, this mushroom rock and yardungs will form. Now, here they see this image now. Here you can see there is a land over there. Okay, land is there here. This two image you can see there's land, and here they have given here soft rock and hard rocks. Soft and hard rock. So the dotted one, it is there, it is known as soft rocks. And the plain portion you can see there is the hard rocks. When due to the erosion, the soft rocks will deposited, means it will go down. And because of the hard rocks, they will on the same place, they will they will be there on the same place, and the soft rock, it will go down because of the deposition. Yes, then this type of due to this, what will happen, see student, land will also be slowly deposited. So the land which is going deposited down, that is known as the yardang. See the actual example of the yardings. Here you can see soft rock, hard rock. Yes, this is the actual example of yardings. To get it with the more meaning of yardings, it means that landform formed due to the dual work of erosion and transportation by the wind. Means the yardings, how it is formed? Due to the work of erosion and transportation by the wind. It is formed due to friction, and it is formed due to friction and carrying away of original rock or homogeneous sediments. It looks like a toppled boat. Yes, yardings, it looks like a toppled boat. Yes, you can see there is a we can say a very huge boat we can see. Yes, the slope of the windward side is steep, while the leeward side has a gentle slope. If the region has hard and soft rocks, then the part with soft rocks appears like a throw, while hard rock appears like a mound. Means when there is a hard rock appears, there is like a mound over there at the tip of this rock, mound type. Yes, and if the rock is soft, that time we will see like a steep trough, like a like a cone. You will see the shape of that soft rocks. Okay, so this was about the erosional work of wind. Then we will move on to the next one. Yes, depositional work of winds. Now we are going to see the depositional work of wind. See the first point here now. Sand particles that blow with the wind are of different shapes and size. Yes, along with the wind particles also they are traveling. Yes, but when the sand particles when they blow, there are of different shapes and size. Those particles which are very fine and carried over larger distance, while the larger ones get transported to shorter distance only. When these type of particles are there, which are very fine and which are very carried over larger distance, means if the we can say the sand particles, it's heavy. They will not travel, they will not blow for a longer distance. Yes, if the small particles are there, they will travel for, they will blow for a longer distance. These sand particles that deposited in deserts and semi-arid climates. As a result, specific landforms are formed. Sand dunes, barchans, sieves, ripple marks, Lewis plains, etc. are formed by wind deposition. Now here what they have said here, when the along with the wind, when the sand particles, if they are heavy, they will not blow for a longer distance along with the wind. They will there only drop down, they will deposit it there only in the desert, and that time this result will form, means as a result the specific landform will be formed. Means what? For example, sand dunes and what? Ripple marks and sieves. These are the examples of the depositional work of wind. Sand dunes, here you can see like there is a like a small mountain, or we can see there is a shape of a crescent moon. There is a shape over there of sand dune. Okay, so due to this deposition work of wind, sand dune like a crescent moon shape, it will form. And ripple marks also means what? It's like a wavy marks you can see if you are standing near to the river side. Okay, that time you must have seen, student, along with the wind also, if you observe that river properly, you will also see this ripple marks over there. Okay, like this. On the deserts. Then next is see this example. Seaf example means what? Sand mounds. Sand mounds, to understand it, we'll see in a simple word. With the example we will understand only, but this example it is there in the Saudi Arabian and deserts in Iran. It can be seen in Arabic. Sif means sword. Such sand dunes are narrow and spread to a long distance. They resemble like a swords and are therefore named so. So they are also parallel. Yes, you can see there are parallel with the direction to the direction of the wind blowing. So when you are when the deposition work of wind, you can see, you have to keep the example of the lines which are parallel, that you can keep the example in your mind, that is see this one. See, these are the lines, they are parallel. Okay, so here it was the depositional work of winds. Yes, then we are going to learn about the sea waves. Till now we have learned about the wind. Now we are going to see about the sea waves. Work of sea waves and the land forms. In coastal areas, sea waves carry out erosional, depositional, and transportational work also. Winds and tides cause the movements of sea water, and as a result, waves come to the coast. When the along with the wind, you can see there is the high tides over there. There is a movement of sea water, and that sea waters, the result can be seen that waves come to the coast of the sea. That time what happened? Because of their hitting the rocks at the coast, because of erosion, rocks. In the coastal areas having wide beaches, waves carried out depositional work. See now, example you can see on your screen, student. With this, we will understand the landforms at the sea coast. When the water, okay, when the water at the sea coast, they will hit the, when they will hit the coast areas. Coast areas means what? The land which is next to the sea or ocean or any region near to it, that is known as sea coast area. Sea coast area means a land next to the sea. When the high tides will be there, they will hit the rock at the coast. Yes, they will hit the rock of the coast, and that time the erosion of the rocks will occur. Means continuously the waves of the seas, they are hitting the rocks too. Yes, that time you will see the rock, erosion of the rock will start occurring. Yes, in this, huh, when the waves break at the sea coast, they bring them with the water, transported stones, pebbles, sand particles, etc. When the waves, they will start hitting to the coast. Yes, that time along with that, water is also there, and they will transported stones, pebbles, and particles along with the water. This leads to the erosion of the coast. This leads to the erosion of the coast. This is the reason. Then, because of the chemical and hydraulic action of the sea waves, to erosion also occurs. Now, what is hydraulic? Hydraulic means what? It is involving the pressure of water or some other liquid. Means with the water, there is also a pressure of involving the pressure of water or some other liquid. So due to this hydraulic action also of the sea waves, erosion will also occur. Landforms like wave cut platforms, sea waves, sea arch, sea cliffs, etc. are formed because of the erosional work of waves. See, this image, see this image now, student. Yes. Now, due to the chemical and hydraulic action of the sea waves, erosion will occur, and the landforms will also form, like wave cut platform. Means like a, see this one. This is known as the wave cut platform, and sea arcs. Sea arc means there is a, you can see there is a mountain like shape, sea arc, it is known as sea arc. And sea cliff means this one, which are formed because of the erosional work of the waves. And you can see there is a, like a mountain type, a big rock you can see, that is known as sea stack. Sea stack. So these is the, in this way the landforms are formed at the sea coast because of the erosional work. Means what? Chemical, because of the chemical hydraulic action of the sea waves, the erosion occurs over there. Yes. Now here you can see the actual example of sea wave cut platforms, sea waves, and sandbars. See here, sea waves means what? When sea caves, due to this, when continuously the hitting of the waves, sea waves, due to this what happen, all particles also get mixed up there, and due to hydraulic action and some chemicals there, we can see the sea caves can be seen. Okay, then Next now. Then we are going to move on to the depositional work of sea waves. The eroded materials accumulate at the seabed. Because of tides, they keep on moving towards the coast and away from the coast. They become fine because of attrition and heating each other. Deposition of such materials occur at the place where the effect of waves is less. Landforms like beaches, sandbars, lagoons are formed due to the depositional work of sea waves. When the eroded materials they accumulate there only. Yes, when the erosions are when they occur, that time what happened at the seabed, then because of this tides which are moving, they keep on moving towards the coast. Yes, and away from the coast also. That time what happened, because of this fine particles, because of the fine particle, because of the attrition and heating each other. Attrition means what? Attrition means weakening something which is weaker or destroying it, that is known as attrition. And because of this heating also to the each other, that time the deposition of such material occurs at the place where the effect of waves is very less. When the is in the some of the coastal, in some of the coastal regions too, in the coastal, in the coastal region, sometimes the waves are very less, and at some other place we can see the waves are move on, means there are waves are continuously, you can see there sea waves, but at some other side there are waves are very less. So in that region what will happen, the deposition of that such materials, they will occur the landforms like beach, sandbars, lagoons are formed due to the depositional work of sea waves. Means if the waves are very less, that time these landforms are this one now, this lagoons. Here you can see there is a wave continue. Here you can see the water is there, and there is a, you can see at the sea coast the waves are very less. So there is a gap also in between. There in between there you can see the sea at the sea coast, and below there only here there is a water like a lake. So because of the less waves, this effect can be seen, that is lagoons and sea arc and also the beach. So this is the depositional work of sea waves. Next, the last point of this chapter is about the work of groundwater and landform produced. The rainwater seeps below the earth's surface through porous rocks or cracks in the rock. Now, seeps means what? Seeps means to move or spread very slowly. To move or spread very slowly out of the hole or through something. That is known as seeps. And what is porous rocks? Porous rocks means what, students? Something that is very tiny holes. You can take the example. Very tiny holes means porous, and non-porous means what? They will not allowed. They porous, non-porous means not allowing liquid or air to pass through it. Porous means a small tiny holes, and non-porous means they will not allow any liquid or air to pass through it. That is porous and non-porous. See, now what is groundwater? Groundwater means what, student? Groundwater, when in the rainy season, and in the rainy season, when there is a rainfall over there. Yes, that time when the rainfall drops down, there with the rainwater, yes, and the rainwater gets mixed up with the soil, and there only you can see the groundwater, it is known as. This water accumulates in the non-porous layers of the rock. This accumulated water is called groundwater. Means when we are standing at the ground, student, and it is raining, yes, that time you can see the drops which are dropping down on the ground. It gets mixed up with the soil. Yes, that time you can see the of the top of the ground, that is known as the groundwater, that is known as groundwater. The soluble minerals in the water get dissolved and flow with the groundwater. This is the erosional work of the groundwater. This is the erosional work of groundwater. Then, work of groundwater and landform produce. When the groundwater evaporates or the volume of soluble minerals is more than the solubility of the groundwater, and the deposition of dissolved material starts. Now, for this, we can take the example of when we take the glass of water. If we put the 1 spoon salt in it, yes, that the salt will start dissolving in the water. If we will put more 20 spoons of 10 or 20 spoons of some salt over there in that water, if we will put more over there, then the dissolving process cannot be seen. That is known as the solubility. Yes, it will dissolved material will start. Then due to this, what happens, student? Landforms like sinkholes, limestone cave, stalactites and stalagmites are formed. Thus, the groundwater carries out the erosion, transportation, and depositional work. So, because of this soluble and solubility of the groundwater, the landforms are formed. Which landforms? Sinkholes and stalactites and stalagmites are formed. So this was about the work of groundwater and landforms produced. Then groundwater table. Now what is groundwater table? The upper surface of the water which is accumulated below the ground is called water table. Means when as we know, the water which is there on the ground, that is known as groundwater. But now here, what is groundwater table? Groundwater table means when the water which is accumulated below the ground and at a very upper surface, means the first surface of the groundwater, that is known as the groundwater table. And in the factors like seasons, porosity of rocks, amount of rainfall, etc., affect the level of water table. The water table is closer to the ground during the rainy seasons, while it is deeper in the summer. The water table, it is very closer to the ground during only in the season of rainy, and it is deeper in the summer season. Was about the groundwater table. Yes. Now we have, as we have done it with this chapter number 4, exogenetic process part 2. Now we are going to revise what we have studied in today's lecture. Yes. We have learned about the exogenetic process. Yes. There are the 5 agents of erosion: river, glaciers, wind, sea waves, and groundwater. 5 agents of erosion. With these 5 agents, we have learned about their various landforms. Yes, with the river, which landforms we can say, we have studied about the V-shaped valleys, alluvial fans, meandering of river, deltas. Then with the glacier, we have seen about the types of moraine, circuitous and horns, lateral and medial moraines, U-shaped valleys also we have learned in the glaciers. And next we have learned about the wind. With the wind, we have in the erosional work of wind, we have seen mushroom rocks, yardungs, and in the depositional work of wind, we have learned about the ripple marks, barkens, sand dukes, sieves, but are formed by the wind deposition. Then we have learned about the sea waves, work of sea waves and the landforms. In this, we have learned about the wave cut platform, sea stack, sea arc, sea caves. Due to the hydraulic action, due to the chemical of the sea wave, erosion occurs and these landforms are formed. And in the depositional work of sea waves, we have learned about the lagoons, sandbars, beaches. Yes, these are the landforms of depositional work of sea waves. Then we have learned about the groundwater and its landform produced. Yes, about which landforms are produced: sinkholes, caves, stalactite, and stalagmite caves are formed. Now we are going to evaluate. There are some diagrams, student. Here, 2 diagrams you can see on your screen. You just have to identify and name the landforms. Okay, you have to observe the shape of the land and identify whether it is which landform it is: V-shaped valley or a delta, sinkhole it is, or lagoons it is, or George Canyon. Which type of you have to identify and name the landforms over there. Then now for the evaluation part, you have to solve these questions, and there is also one activity. See this activity, you have to make a collage of pictures of landforms by collecting them from magazines and newspaper. Means which landforms we have learned in this throughout in this chapter. You have to take the actual images from any magazine or newspaper and make a collage of it in your notebook. Okay, and below that landform, write it down which landform it is there, due to which erosion it has been formed, for your information and to for better understand. You will stick and please note that point over there. So it is quite interesting activity, student. You can do it in your geography notebook. Okay, and solve about the question answers in your notebook also. So thank you, student, for listening